Welcome back to another Geekawhat video, and today we're looking at some new entries into the peripheral market from Creative. Now, to many of you that name will ring a bell, and that's because Creative are a renowned audio company. They make some fantastic speakers, earphones, headsets, headphones, all that sort of stuff, and I've covered many of their products on the channel before. I'll leave a couple of them in the cards section up here now. Now, Creative have entered into the keyboard and mice space with two offerings, the Creative Vanguard and the Creative Siege. Now, one of these products has really stuck out to me and really impressed me, so let's take a look and find out why. First of all, how have Creative met the existing needs and expectations of customers with this Vanguard keyboard and Siege mouse? For starters, both products boast a solid software suite with all of the expected customizability. Both products feature RGB backlighting, the keyboard with it on each individual key, as you come to expect. The mouse, on the other hand, has three light up areas or zones, if you will, which are all individually controllable aside from the mouse's logo, which stays a solid red. I don't really understand the reason behind this, especially as the logo on the keyboard can change colours, but it isn't a biggie for me. The keyboard, as you'd expect, is mechanical, although uses OMRON switches. The effect this has greatly depends on your preferences. Now, OMRON are by no means some off-brand, back of the Chinese warehouse kind of company. They're very popular and very famous for the switches that they make in mice. Now, to be frank, I don't really like the OMRON switches on this keyboard. They're definitely not that dissimilar to Cherry MX red switches, but the travel distance seems horribly short and they bottom out very quickly. This isn't helped quite so much by such shallow keycaps on this keyboard. If you're a first time mechanical keyboard user, it might not be an issue for you all that much, but if you're used to the sure Cherry MX feeling of reds or blues or browns, this switch probably isn't going to be your favourite. Like everything though, it takes some getting used to, and with some perseverance, I'm sure you'll be okay. This keyboard lends features from popular and established keyboards such as the volume wheel, which was first seen on Corsair's K70. It's really nice. On this keyboard there's buttons everywhere for other functions, from play or pause to skip tracks, which are really great to have. There's a Windows lock button as well to prevent accidental quits from games given at this point, and a layout which boasts nothing out of the ordinary, and a wrist rest which is a nice addition. More and more manufacturers seem to be lacking these and not including these, and even going as far as selling them aftermarket for a heightened fee, so it's really nice to see this added. Let's jump back a second though to the layout. US users will be fine as it uses the standard sort of US layout with all its quirks, such as an enter key which only occupies one line. But from browsing online, it doesn't appear that they offer an EU or UK layout, and from a touch typer's perspective, that's quite easily a deal breaker. I found myself getting really agitated by the lack of the normal enter key, but if you can cope with some getting used to, it might not affect your buying decision all that much. Don't get me wrong though, after looking through their website and the product pages, they clearly state in the title in brackets that they sell it in a US layout, and if no UK layout is offered, I commend them on being so clear and upfront rather than selling and sort of forgetting to mention such details. Down the left hand side there's a row of macro keys, especially useful for people such as me who hit the productivity category, and they're well placed on the left, close to your left hand. By placing them on this side as opposed to the right, it prevents sort of adding additional space between your left hand and the mouse. The design on this keyboard is sleek, with a solid balance between matte and gloss black elements. The caps, scroll and numlock indicators are clean and fit in very well, one of the nicest sort of modern designs that I've seen. It's a really nice keyboard, although for the money it damn should be. Let's take a look at the mouse, and this is where I really go wow. Personally, I think this is a fantastic mouse and one of, if not the best I've ever used. It's so good it hits the stuff I actually use daily category and featured in another recent video of mine which you can view in the cards now. It's comfortable and not too thin and not too long either for most users. It's got plenty of programmable buttons and just feels so great in the hand. The grip is grippy enough but not coarse and uncomfortable. It's RGB like the keyboard, and like the keyboard it isn't inexpensive. If I had to pick between the two, the mouse trumps the keyboard and stacks up nicely in the specs department too. It's got a native 12,000 DPI with a 1000 Hz polling rate, so will satisfy even the sniper happiest multi-screen CSGO players. Just kidding, no one plays CSGO on 3 screens except me. There's also a conveniently placed DPI change button up top with 3 program settings. I found even the lowest setting to have too high a sensitivity for my liking, so make sure to change it up in the software, which you can do very easily. When you switch between the 3 settings, the bottom ring of the mouse, which is one of the RGB zones, changes colour to indicate which setting you're on, either blue, yellow or green. It changes to this colour briefly before reverting back to your default lighting settings, and it's a great visual indicator, one I've not actually seen on any of the products. One criticism would be the weight. It isn't the lightest mouse out there, so with a more coarse trackpad the resistance will be higher and can feel a little unnatural. This mouse really is superb though, and suits my preference very well, from the sleek yet gamer inspired design to the customizable buttons down the right hand side. I am very impressed. It's the price that really puts these in a sticky situation. Can they charge Corsair K70 plus keyboard prices with OMRON switches? Razer certainly do. Is my Cherry MX snobbery getting the better of me? The keyboard is nice and has all the buttons you'd ever want, and the mouse is a similar story, although only really usable for right-handed users, which doesn't bother me because I'm right-handed. These are both very good products in their own right, and I really like the mouse, but to be a little brutal, they don't offer anything new or innovative. There's no USP to these products. No feature makes me jump out of my seat and go, wow, I need this. As first gen products, these are great, but I feel as though Creative could have added something somewhat unique. Nothing really pulls me into this. Now that being said, they're very strong alternatives, and competitors' existing products are definitely going to be given a run for their money by these peripherals. They'll definitely be enough to pull some people away from the more typical mainstream gaming brands. Now let me know down below if you'll be buying. These are a great set if you're looking to get a keyboard and mouse upgrade. The mouse particularly, I just can't emphasize how much I have enjoyed it. I'll leave links in the description below if you'd like to pick one up. Make sure to follow my Twitter at Geekawhat and smash that like button. But as always, we'll see you in the next Geekawhat video.